Welcome to a podcast for nerds, the show where two dudes that met as kids discuss our journey with all things nerdy as well as life in our 30s. I am Dakota.
And I'm Cody.
Cody, I bet you wouldn't guess that I'm probably the only person you'll ever meet who buckled his knee while dancing to Numa Numa at work the other day.
You're probably not the only one who's done it, but probably the only one I've met.
No joke, though. So, quick story time for the beginning of the show. The other day at work, I was doing my job and went to the bathroom and was skipping through songs, and for some reason, Numa Numa came on. And of course, I start dancing to it.
Of course.
And so I start doing that little Conan O'Brien hip thing that he does. And I'm really going. And then next thing you know, if you're squeamish, tune away for the next 10 seconds. But if I literally felt my knee go,
oh no.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your knee?
Remember that used to happen when we did parkour and stuff?
It was the same sensation.
It was the same. Oh God, it was. I used to think it was me blowing out my knee.
That's what you would always say.
Now I know that that's what happens when your knee is buckling.
Really?
Is what I look, because I was like, is that what a knee buckle is? And it's, when your knee kind of.
Really?
Yeah, and and I just immediately toppled over and still got Numa Numa playing. I'm screaming. I finally have to reach up and tap to pause my headphones.
Oh, right.
And I'm sitting there going, and nobody's around. And I just finally got up and limped my way back to the break room, which was on the other side of the building.
Jesus.
Oh, I almost cried a couple times on the walk just because I kept getting phantom pains. After that, it's just real. Once it happens, it's just real stiff and sore. And for me, at least. And it's like that for like a day, maybe. And it's just more the sensation of it happening. I won't describe it, but it's just, When's
the last time it happened?
Over a decade ago.
That's what I was thinking. I haven't heard you mention this since like parkour days.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I just 31 and can't dance to Numa Numa no more.
I don't think that's it, man, because it used to happen to you as well.
Oh, man.
But it's never happened at like a rave at a con.
No, and I was doing a normal like dance move I always do. I was moving my hips and my legs. I was doing that like.
You know what? You need to just do more squats.
Will that help?
Like working out. I don't know. Do you remember, should we say names on here? The weightlifting teacher when we were in high school.
Oh, the big guy?
Yeah, I know his name, but I don't know if we should say it.
Doug?
Sure. But he mentioned that he blew out his knee. Yeah, we're talking about the same guy.
Okay.
Mr. Big Bird guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was talking about the first day I was in weight class that he blew out his knee or he did something with his knee, but because he had done so many squats and built the muscle up around there, it actually like kept it in place and the injury was much less severe than what it would have been. I mean, of course he's huge.
He's a big dude.
So maybe that's unrealistic for you, but
yeah, I got these real bony legs.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to give you a shot of my crotch there, but here you go.
Anyway, we've got a lot to cover today, so I want to jump straight in.
All right.
I want to jump in. Let me get my notes open. I should have had this open already.
All right, Mr. Host, show us.
I mean, it's Dakota's hosting, but there's a couple things I really want to touch on.
Two of them are something I want to discuss as well.
Well, I want to touch on some changes really quickly to the show. So I just want to let any longtime viewers know that you're probably seeing some changes coming this week to the show. The plan is we're just testing something out where we're now, instead of posting the entire show on YouTube like we normally did in its entirety, on the YouTube version, we're going to be breaking it up topic by topic. So if there's one specific thing that you're more interested in, you can just watch the ones that you're interested in and skip the other parts that you like. Say you're not a One Piece fan. Well, that's going to turn you off to a lot of our episodes. But the thing is, normally we talk about other stuff that's not just One Piece too, but it just gets lumped in there with this big One Piece discussion because we don't break it up. Now we'll break it up so you can hear those other things that maybe you were interested in without having to sift through the podcast and look for where we're not talking about One Piece. But if you are and that will release, we're still working on, like I said, this is testing, so those will release like maybe every couple of days. So you're still getting the same amount of videos as before, just in a different release format and schedule. But if you want the entire podcast in its entirety, the audio will all be put up all together, not broken up on Spotify and podcast platforms.
Yeah.
It goes more places than just Spotify, I think.
Does it?
Does it? I guess I need to check again. At least Spotify.
Still using Anchor for it?
Yeah.
I think Spotify's the main one.
It is the main one, but I think I have it set up for others. Well, anyway, for sure, Spotify. And I will say I apologize because I'm the one who posts these, and I have been heavily neglecting posting it on Spotify because we really didn't get any views on there. So I was like, let's prioritize where we get the views. But it doesn't matter how many people listen now. I'm going to start putting them up there. So as things grow, they'll be there. People can come back to them. And if you are a person who doesn't want it to be broken up and you want it all at once, that is where you're going to find it. And it's going to post first on there. And then the broken up videos will come out later on YouTube for others who aren't into the whole thing. And that's pretty much it.
Well, that all sounds fine and dandy, Cody, but I didn't have a joke prepared, so let's just move on.
Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, another really quick update before we get into the full thing. I want to announce the first 2 conventions for this year. So first, Anime Crossroads at the end of the month or early in March. I will be there for at least 2 days. A couple of other people have talked to me about possibly being there. I haven't talked to you. I don't know.
We might be there for the day. I don't know if we'll be staying the night or anything.
I'm not staying the night.
But we might be there for just the day.
Just both days, Friday and Saturday, or just,
probably just Saturday?
Okay.
Like we got a lot of things going on. And might not be able to afford the first 2 conventions fully.
Oh, I see. Okay, well,
but we'll see.
Yeah, Crossroads should be easier because you'll just need your badge.
I've yet to do my taxes, so we'll see.
I just did mine yesterday, and it feels good.
My wife did hers. Oh,
a good return.
Oh yeah.
I mean, taxes are not fun for me because everything I do is freelance. So I paid thousands of dollars yesterday.
Oof.
But I set it aside throughout the year.
That's
so
good.
It's not like it cut into what I have.
That's good.
But, and other than Anime Crossroads, Middle Tennessee Anime Convention.
That's a new one.
This year's plan for conventions is new. I'm trying to go to new conventions. Now, Crossroads in our backyard.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's easy. It's like, why not? I'm not even getting a hotel. I'll just do what I did last year. I think it was great.
I haven't looked. I don't recognize any. I just want to go experience con.
Don't care what's happening. Yeah, I just want to go see people, hang out.
See some cosplay.
Yeah.
Is it back at the Wyndham or is it a new hotel this year?
No, it's back at the one it was at last year, which was the Embassy Suites.
Okay, so not the original
Is it the Embassy Suites? No. We've gone through like 3 different hotels for Crossroads now, but this is one of my favorites. I really like this hotel for Crossroads.
That makes sense. It's probably finally a big size where people can move around.
It's much bigger, but
Still
last
small con
year,
hotel.
well, last year it already felt like it was on the con was too big for the hotel.
Dang.
Even though it's bigger, it was like,
well, anime just keeps getting bigger and bigger is the thing.
yeah. And there were a lot of young people. I don't know what it is about Crossroads. It seems to draw a young crowd compared to like ASIN and these big cons, but
well, it's because I mean, it's in an area where a lot of people live.
yeah.
And mom, my friends and I want to go to this convention for a day or 2. You know, we'll spend the whole day there, dress up. All right, fine. Are you paying? How much is it? It's $30 for the whole day. All right, fine.
I think it might be more than that.
But
Inflation, but yeah, back in the day.
30. We'll say 30 between $35 and $50.
70. Oh, for the weekend, 70 maybe. Yeah,
sorry, for a day, it's like $35 usually.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, it's a great baby's first con.
And weekend badge at $70 is a pretty good deal, honestly.
That used to be like on the high end. I remember ASIN back in the day was like 70, and that was like the highest we'd pay. But nowadays, yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, the goal for this year, other than Crossroads, is new cons, and I may go to Matsuri too because I love Matsuri. But other than that, I want to go to cons around here, kind of around here, within like 6 hours was my goal of driving.
That's fair.
That we've never been to, that people like and are cool. So the first one that's coming up is Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. Never been. As far as I know, it's the biggest con in Tennessee. Don't know if it's good. Don't know if it'll be fun. But what the heck?
Say it's the biggest in Tennessee.
Anime con, as far as I know.
Yeah.
There's a few cons there, but I think it's the biggest. It's one of the biggest for sure.
No, I don't think people tend to think anime fans when they think of Tennessee, so this will be interesting.
I'm really curious about trying some new cons out for sure.
Yeah.
And seeing, last year was a year of like, let's go back to places we've been and like, because it was like rebooting the show, the convention reviews, and now we move on.
It'll be interesting because you're going to hear like Tennessee is like one of the country music capitals.
It's in Nashville too.
Oh no. So yeah, it's going to be really, really strange. You're going to have all these cowboys and country people, maybe not cowboys, but country people everywhere. But then you're also going to have these anime people everywhere.
I mean, maybe. It depends. Let's see how it is inside the hotel.
But I haven't been to Nashville. It might just be like any normal place where people just dress.
That's what I'm thinking. It might just be normal.
I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone, so I'm expecting like.
Well, we're not in Wyoming.
It's Montana.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay, they're so similar. I want to go to both really badly.
Oh, dude, I didn't really want to go to Montana that bad until I started watching Yellowstone.
Are you serious? Montana's one of those beautiful.
I was like, yeah, I'll go to Montana. It looks pretty cool. And then I started watching. I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah. And Wyoming too. You should look into Wyoming.
Wyoming, pretty cool.
Anyway, yeah, we've got. That's the only one we're announcing for now. I don't know what else is coming up. Sounds like maybe Dakota can't go to. I don't know.
I'm not saying no. Not saying no right now. I'd like to.
We got a suite. It's gonna be nice.
I just we'll have to see how things pan out for me in the next month or so.
Right, it's all good. Well, either way, for sure, Nate and I will be there. And it sounds like I don't want to announce. I've got some other people who sound positive, but I don't want to announce them early.
Yeah.
You'll see when the videos come out.